Hello, Libras. How are you guys doing? Hopefully everybody is good and healthy. Whew, I've been a busy morning here. I'm hopefully going to get a reading or two in before I have to jet off to work. I wanted to do this really quick because of the full moon energy still going. Should be sort of dissipating today because we had the full moon on the 16th. Hope you guys had a wonderful Valentine's Day. So we're going to do your reading from the 21st through the 27th today. For those of you that are brand new, my name is Patty. Divine Warrior Intuitive is my channel, and I hope you enjoy it so that you want to subscribe. And if you do subscribe, just know that this year, 2022, all readings and coaching sessions are free. And you're like, what kind of coaching do you do? And I'm like, well, you'll have to go to my website. No, actually, I do life coaching, dating coaching, life balance, nutrition and fitness. That's where my degree is. Any kind of coaching to bring balance to your life and peace and harmony and calmness, definitely to bring to your life. So check out divinewarriorintuitive.com. You'll see that it is free. Ignore the prices if you're a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, check out the prices, and you're always welcome to have a reading or coaching session. All right, so let's get started, guys. This is, I don't think there's any other announcements. This is going to be an interesting reading because Divine has really been giving me downloads on harmony lately. And it's almost, he loves to use the orchestra as your, as a, what do you call it, analogy kind of a thing. So, because you're an instrument in the orchestra. So this is a really interesting reading. If you're feeling a little bit annoyed, again, this is that full moon reading with the planets. We got Uranus, Venus, other planets really bugging the whole system. So you'll have to go. I did put the link down below if you want to go watch that, because those energies are going to be active for the next couple of weeks until our new moon, which is, I think, the 2nd or 3rd of March. So we'll do a moon reading then. All right, so let's get started. So for those of you new, this is a divine deck that I use, and I use it only because this is Divine's message to you. I pray over it. I ask him to give you a message, whatever question you have or whatever you come to tarot for, to try and see what it is that you are coming here for. This is his message from Divine, God, whoever you want to put it. So perfect harmony. What did I tell you in the very beginning? It's the number 11, which turns to number 2 in numerology. What does that mean for you guys? I just told you that he loves to use the orchestra, symphony, things of that nature to use an analogy. The number 2 in numerology means to bring a partnership or to bring balance back in, or it can actually dissipate a partnership. But the whole idea about the number 2 is to bring balance back in. Whoops, I'm sorry about that. And I told, I did mention in the very beginning that that's what he is trying to do, is bring balance into our lives. Then that's what I try to do with my tarot, is to bring you your answers so that you get more balance. So the perfect harmony is when you have instruments, which you are. So you have many different kinds of instruments in our orchestra. I'll use this as the analogy because he likes it. And so that instrument, to play it by itself, it's okay. But if you put it in with other instruments, it has its own sound, its own unique way of sounding. And so when you put them together with another instrument, you can actually create a beautiful harmony. Now, when you put them all together in an orchestra, it's fabulous harmony. And he's saying, okay, but what about the practice? In the very beginning, before the conductor comes out, it's noisy. It sounds horrible. Everybody's doing their own thing to tune their instrument, to get warmed up. It sounds pretty nasty now, but when that conductor comes out and taps that little thing and puts his arms up and gets ready, everybody's quiet. And then when the music begins, it's harmonious. You are the instrument. So sometimes this means that when you're working by yourself, things can get a little chaotic. I even had this happen this morning. I reached out to a friend. I said, I need you to read this. Is this too harsh? And she's like, yeah, too much emotions into it. This is business, you know. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. So sometimes we need somebody to give us some feedback, depending on what it is, if it's healthy feedback or if it's spiritual feedback or if it's, you don't want toxic feedback. So really pay attention this week Libras, who you're hanging around with and getting your feedback from. Because it might be just a bunch of noise that you don't need to hear. What you need is feedback that's going to bring harmony, that number 2 energy back in. Okay? You also need a harmony of feedback, or wondering what you should do to move forward with compassion. Okay, and this is your universe card. This is definitely the planets and everything, this full moon. There's this full moon right now, and the planets that are going through the end of February it's a tug of war. It's a push me, pull me kind of a thing. And it's like, who's going to win? So you don't want to be that individual that's playing the horn or playing your trumpet or whatever. And yeah, it sounds okay, but it sounds sort of messy. But when you put it in together, it sounds beautiful. You don't want to be that individual that just stays individual. We're not supposed to be alone. We're supposed to share our gifts and our talents, okay? Universe says the High Lady of Love and Compassion. It is reverence, kindness, and consideration. What did I just say? Compassion. This is the number 1. Okay, the universe is saying this is a new energy. This is something new. Also with the full moon and the planets, with Uranus and Venus and Mars going on, there is an energy of newness, of hope, of things changing for better. All right? So these are the energies. Watch where you're getting your feedback from. Is it healthy feedback? Is it spiritual feedback? You don't want earthbound feedback, because you know what? Earthbound feedback is something that is going to probably dissipate or go away, or it's by somebody's experience, which might not be your experience. So really, really be mindful where you get your feedback. If you're unsure, always email me. Like I told you, if you're a subscriber, anything is free from my channel. So you can always email me. All right, so let's get to your reading. I'm doing a Celtic cross today, and the current energy right now is you have to have strength and courage. Okay, somebody is really building up their strength and courage. They need that strength and courage. The hard part is something has ended really quickly, and you're sort of thrown for a loop for a second, for a minute, as they say these days. This is ended for the good. Again, this is ended for that harmony. I don't know what it is, or it's in the process of ending. Just remember to go with the flow and let divine do the work. So a lot of times we want to take control of something, and divine saying, no, I got this. Let me handle it. I'm going to show you a better way. I'm going to show you a better person. I'm going to show you a better job. Whatever it is, you really have to let him do the work. Because in the past, it's very worldly that this person, this Libra, has always tried to do it themselves. This could be like an independent woman kind of a thing. Been there, done that. And the thing is, we don't want to be independent women. We want to be women that can be independent. There's a big difference there, because if you say, I'm an independent woman, that's telling somebody that you don't need them, that you can do it all. But if you are a female looking for a masculine to date, I'm going to go into coaching for a second. If you're looking for you're a female for a masculine to date, they need to know that they're needed. So if I say, yeah, I'm a woman that can actually be very independent. So that tells them, ooh, there's a little space for me in there, because I might be able to help her. And we are here to help each other. We are not, and to complement each other. We're not here to override each other. So there's a very big spiritual difference here. If you want to override somebody, if you want to be, I'm the man of the family, and I'm the female of the family, and we got to pay attention to that, that is very earthbound. We are here to help each other, to complement each other, to support and grow each other. That's the whole thing. I don't know who that's for. Sorry about that, but that's where that gets. So something's about to end. You got 2 number 10s here. Your future has another number 10. So there's a new beginning coming up. Number 10 of Pentacles is about, 10 of Swords is about something ending really, really quick. And if you, thank you. So Divine says, if you don't end it, I will end it, because I need to get this ball rolling so that we can get you where you want to be, in calm, peace, love, happy, joyful, whatever it is. So and let me tell you, if you don't do it and Divine does it, it's a little bit more hard, because it comes out of nowhere. And you're like, man, I just didn't expect that. Well, Divine's saying, pay attention. I'm asking you to do it. I'm going to give you the chance to do it, to finish whatever it is you need to finish. But if you rip the Band-Aid off slowly, I'm going to come in and just rip it off. And that meaning is that sometimes we are too afraid or fearful to end something. But the great thing is, in your future card, this is definitely the potential and the ambition for you to be able to move forward with something positive and new. In your past, this person has really, really worked hard, almost to be a workaholic. This is the number 7. Okay, this is about your progress and improving yourself. We are always improving ourselves to our higher self, our higher vibration, our higher frequency. Okay, we want to move to that realm because it is very light, it is very peaceful, it is very calm. Okay, but what somebody really is in the process of doing, or has to do, is really, really believe in themselves that they can have more than what you think you can have. It's like you're your own person to put limitations on yourself. Okay, and that is, you need to release some of those limitations. For somebody, so for some Libra here, you're not going to want to let go. You're like, I want to be this instrument by myself. I want to be alone. I want to be a hermit. And you're like, Patty, what's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with it for a time. However, we are not on this earth for us. Okay? So you have to release some of that hermithood or individual being by yourself, that kind of a thing. You have to release some of that because we are here to be a conduit for others. Again, there's that word compassion and kindness and reverence and consideration, because we're supposed to be stepping out in selflessness and not selfishness. When we hide ourselves in our houses, like through the pandemic, we had to. However, that is being released a little bit. So this is saying that, you know what, I might be a service to somebody else. My experiences, my journey, my story might just help somebody else. And divine needs to put you two together in order for you to do that, to make somebody stronger, to help somebody through their struggles. That's why I put the videos out there. It took me a lot of inner strength, okay, to put those that series of picking up the pieces about sexual abuse. How I survived it, how I healed from it, and how I am living with it. And it is an extreme pain. However, there is a reward to me that if I can help somebody through my pain, just one person, then it was all worth that extra hard work to be able to share my journey, share my story, share my things. So again, this harmony is not ending with your instrument playing it by itself. It's ending through helping others through it, okay? All right. Yep. There's a lot of pain. And it could be a current pain. It could be a past pain, because we have the 3 of, one is, let me go backwards. So my recommendation to you, with the 5 of Cups, is that it's not a comfortable feeling. You're stepping out of your box. I get that. I understand that you're stepping out of your box. I get that it's a little bit scary, a little bit. That's why courage and the strength card is at the center, but that is also the number 8, which is about reward through your progress. So it is scary, it is hard, but don't look at the negative aspects of stepping out. And you might just get some fresh air. You might just get something from somebody. I know that there's a lot of pain with this Libra. There's definitely a lot of pain. There has been a lot of struggle. You got 2 number 5s here. So there's been a lot of uncomfortableness, maybe even shame to it. That's why you don't want to let go, whatever this is. But again, this feedback has to come from somebody spiritual. This talking, this self-talk, this everything needs to come from spiritual, because where is spiritual? Spiritual is truth. High vibrations, high energies, where the light is, light workers and all that kind of stuff. Angelic realm, divine, the second dimension, is all about absolute truth. Okay, so this is your future card. This is something that you could be looking forward to. You got to be honest with yourself, be honest with people around you. And even if somebody were to say no, if it's a relationship, hey, do you want to date? And they say no, you just saved yourself a lot of pain, a lot of time, because time is the most precious commodity that you can have on this earth, because you can't get 1 second back, because we are always moving forward. The planet's moving. We're always moving. Earth is never stopping. You are never stopping, because the second ago, this earth probably was here and now it just moved a smidgen, and you are always moving, whether you like it or not. All right. So let's see what else we've got here. A lot of conflict, a lot of fighting. This is the full moon energy as well, with Uranus and Venus, Mars. Saturn, not too much, but Saturn's there. So definitely. We got a lot of balance. We got a newness coming in. So we have 3 number 1s. Okay, so the 2 number 10. So what we're doing is something is ending, and it's not going to be to the forefront anymore, because you got 3 number 1s. You got a lot of newness coming in. Okay, but it's not comfortable. You got to acknowledge it's not comfortable, but you got to acknowledge it, because now we're building a new foundation, a new boundary, a new mindset, starting from spirit. Okay. All right. Somebody's a pessimistic. Okay, so somebody who's pessimistic or negative, on the negative side. Well, what's wrong with being negative? This is low vibrational energies that you're keeping you stuck in your cycle, in your circle, in whatever it is. Just imagine yourself on a Ferris wheel and it's stuck. Okay, and that keeps you there. If you turn that negative thought process around for somebody, your feedback is going to be different, because people that are going to come to you are more like-minded in positive, high vibrational light. So you really have to look at where your feedback is coming from. Thank you. So you're saying feedback is also inspiration. Where's your inspiration coming from? And if you don't have anybody that is giving you any inspiration around you, reach out to me. I'll help you get some inspiration. I'll be in your corner. Definitely be in your corner. But the thing is, we have to have people that inspire us, lift us up to that next higher level, self-awareness level, because then we begin to get our chakras in balance. Okay. This is about a balancing act right now. And you cannot see what is positive in your world right now. We've got the high priestess in reverse. Again, somebody is looking more worldly, looking to people for more worldly feedback. We've got the lovers in the center. This might have to do with your relationship, definitely. And the Knight of Wands. Somebody is trying to share something with information that somebody's just not getting it, and they don't know how to communicate anymore. So it's like saying something like, oh gosh, something sort of silly. Okay, so I see a car that's red, and you say, well, I don't think that's red. I think that's more blue or whatever. We have to look at that and say, okay, that's your perspective, my perspective. However, this is a color issue. So what do you could say it, that's not a very good, but let's keep going with that. Just say, okay, well, why would you think that car is red? Do you see anything else that is red? Because we don't know if that person is colorblind. So we have to get the perspective of why somebody might be saying it's red when in reality it's blue. So we have to really go outside our box and look where this information is coming in and who it's coming in from. But we cannot let it stop here, because we need to move forward and try to understand the perspective of the other person that we're dealing with. So if this is a relationship issue, that there's a lot of pain, a lot of arguing, things are just off balance, things are not working, we do need to move in kindness and consideration. We need to work towards harmony, and the only way you can work towards harmony is looking outside yourself and getting the perspective of another person first. And then that communication can happen. Never have to fight, never have to argue again if you learn the communication techniques with this person. And also, you've got to get yourself up to balance in a more positive, light rather than thinking negative. Okay. Or somebody's self-esteem is very low, possibly to do all this pain in the past. Somebody might be working on themselves. From the past, it does look like that. But you've got so much potential. You've got so many ones here and twos in bringing balance. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. So much. But I think there is, somebody's got to get out of the world mindset. Stop thinking from the head first. Start thinking from your heart first. Your gut feeling, that intuition feeling. Okay. Page of Swords. Again, we're talking about truth coming your way, death. That is a separation. That is, again, about something parting so that something else can come in. And then we've got the 10 of Wands. So we have the 10 4 times, guys. 4 times. So this is definitely about communication, about balance, about bringing things into harmony. And again, when we have the 10 of Wands, it's to release a burden, to release that heaviness, to bring you to a more peace and calm life of living. Okay. Gosh, I wish I could keep going on with this, but it's going to be a repeat pattern. But definitely when we look at death, we look at something ending, we do look at that and we do say that even though it does need to end, we've got something more beautiful coming. Okay, so, and this is words of truth. Sometimes truth might hurt a little bit, but really step back and analyze, why did that hurt? And why does it hurt? Is it coming from a place that you've been working on that's still broken and needs healing? Or does it hurt because that person matters to you and that they've been saying some things that are not supportive? That's low vibrational. And I'll say it again. If they are not for you, they are against you. So if they are not speaking in kindness and love and that kind of a thing, they're not for you. So this is where part of the analogy comes, where you have to decide if you want them in your life. Okay, so that's for these cards here. Okay, whoever's lovers, that's for you guys. Again, the only way to get through that is to communicate, talk, learn how to talk. I have a communication video on my channel, both on my secular channel, Get Balanced 2020, and on Divine Warrior Intuitive. That really helps. You'll never argue and fight again. So I would love that for you, because that just brings negative energies, low vibrational energies, and then it brings doubt and confusion and all that kind of stuff when we argue and fight. And the energies just come in on your auras rather than expand out in love. All right. So I hope this was helpful. I don't know if it is helpful for all Libras, but if you know this resonates with somebody, please share the video. I would love for you to share. Don't forget to like. Also subscribe. Again, subscribers, you can get free readings or free coaching. Just email me or go to divinewarriorintuitive.com to see the different coaching things that you can do. And you can always donate on my channel. I could have a cup of coffee. I would love a cup of coffee. There's a button right there on the channel that you can donate if you would like to. But otherwise, it's all free. All right. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. And we will see you on your next reading. Be careful where you're getting your feedback from. Make sure it is of spirit and not of the earth. How do you know? It is materialistic or has to do with the worldly matters. Politics, COVID, all that kind of stuff. It doesn't matter because you can't take it with you. That's what you need to get. Love, compassion, kindness, healing. That is divine, and that you can take with you. Take care, and don't forget to walk in absolute truth and love. Bye-bye.